go.
Hello guys, Mr. Ross 1990 here. It's episode number 10 of the Random Hybrid. Yes, that's right, double frickin' figures. I only did 11 last FIFA. I'm already up to 10 so far in this FIFA. I'm motivated, I'm back in amongst it. And hope you guys are seeing that and appreciating that by leaving a like button. See if we can get over 100 likes again, that'd be absolutely amazing. For today's episode, we're going to step away from the icons a tad, because we're using a little bit too many of them recently for my liking. Anyone will breach out a little bit and use a player who is, I'm going to call him Mr. OP. OP standing for overpowered. He's 80 odd rated, 81 rated I think he is. And he's just so much better than that. I recently used Lukaku in my main team and he couldn't finish for me for toffees. I've put in this guy and it's affected my game immensely. And that guy is Gabriel Jesus, if you didn't know it by the title and the thumbnail and all the good stuff. But we're going to get a team around him today and hopefully I proved that he is actually a really good player. He's about 60k, 50k I think, so not too expensive, but at the same time pretty expensive, if that makes sense. Like a Martial kind of range. I did rock Martial up front as well, and he's pretty good, but I'm liking Gabriel Jesus a lot so far, so why not do a video on him? So we're going to go for a random one now, because we've been doing the number of the episode on the page, like 9 and 9, 8 and 8, for 8 and 9 respectively, but since it's 10, we're going to go for a random one, which I've chosen, and I'm going to choose, we're going to go for 6 and 9, because we're immature. Simple as that. Leave a like button, like I said already, smash like it's a little biatch. 6 and 9, who's it going to be? Premier League is of course a banned league, as you know. And we got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So of course that's a banned one. We can't use him. So what we do in this predicament is go to the next page and use the same player. So we're going to go from 3 away from the end. It is, unbelievably, another Klein. Okay, next page, 3 away from the end is... Alright, okay. Interesting. An in-form guy who looks pretty good, but not fantastic at the same time, if that makes sense. Got some good in-game stats there, holy hell. He's actually got some quite nice game stats. He looks like a type of player you'd rather rock as a left mid than a left winger or a left forward, so that might be something we look into for sure. But not bad, and we'll definitely go ahead and use him. So he is from the Bundesliga, so that is now a banned league. So we've got the Bundesliga and the Premier League. 6 and 9 for our next player respectively, hoping for a defensive-minded player if we can, please. EA, 6 and then 9, of course, is 3 away from the end. It's going to be Kevin Strootman. Unbelievable scene. So we've got Kevin Strootman, a guy called Zubar, and Gabriel Jesus. Try and link them three all together in a team. Let's go. Back of the squad screen, there is Gabriel Jesus, 81 rated, like I said. 4-star skills, 4-star week. I think he's 5-star skills last year. I paid 63k for him. He's played 4 games for me so far, scoring 5 goals. I'm in Division 4 currently, so it's quite a high division-ish at this part of the game, I suppose you could say. There's his in-game stats. As you can see, 81 rated. He's got some really nice in-game stats. And I think he genuinely is one of the most OP players I've used so far. That is damn sure. So we just rock a formation a second. I'm thinking maybe a free back for this one, because I'm liking the thought of that. Was he called Zubar? I've forgotten his name. We'll find him regardless. I think he was called Zubar. Steven Zubar? It was indeed Steven Zubar. Ah, there we go. That explains it. He is originally a left wing back. I was going to say, to me, he looks more like a left mid. I was looking at the defending. He's actually got a really nice upgrade again. He's in forms again. Crazy upgrades. You can see there. He's gone up like 10 in defending, which is absurd. He's gone up a lot in pace. Passing's gone up quite a bit, but we'll use his inform because, of course, that was the one we landed on, and there he is in all of his glory. And then the next one was our boy Kevin Strootman, who's actually a pretty decent player on this game. The one, Strootman. Oh, are you idiot? There he is anyway. I've got a Kevin. He actually has played a number of games for me. He played 9, scored 6, scored 7 assists. I did use him in the early stages of the squad battles when I was playing on probably a little bit too lower difficulty, so don't look too much into that at that record. But yeah, it's got a really good shot on him. Let's have a look at his in-game stats. Again, another really good in-game stat player. 84 rated this year. He's gone up a bit from last year, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a fun one to do. So here's the thing we go through now in the thought of how are we linking these players together. So we've got a number of options we can do. What's Kevin's work rates? High. So we can potentially rock the CDM position as his own. But what we want to look for is a Bundesliga centre-back for a second. Hoffenheim, isn't it? Hoffenheim in Switzerland. There used to be a really good, for God's sake, Kevin, there used to be a really good Swiss left centre-back in the Bundesliga, but I think he's moved. I'll double check. Should have probably gone downward. I'm an absolute idiot sometimes. He has. This guy's in there. He looks all right. He actually looks pretty decent for a silver, but we don't really want to use a silver where we don't have to, especially since we're going to be rocking in Division 4, and you just know you're going to come up against some absolutely absurd OP teams. So we'll go ahead and go back to the Bundesliga. We'll have a little look what Hoffenheim have got rocking in defensive ability. They've got that guy who actually does look very, very decent. 6'4" as well. This guy's got a lot of potential about him, hasn't he? He looks like a really handy player. Vogt. That is definitely wrong. Please, some German guy in the comment section will let me know how badly I just pronounced that. But he looks like a good option. And then, of course, Rudiger would have been brilliant if this was last FIFA. He would have been Roma, German centre-back, but he obviously went to Chelsea, which is a little bit of a shame for this team in particular. But that's okay. We can work our way around that. So what we want to do now is potentially look for a Bundesliga player. Is there any Dutch players in the Bundesliga? Not necessarily in my club, but I seem to search that now, and the 18 is rocking at the bottom. We're lagging. We've got a right back who doesn't really do much for us. Let's go to concepts. Seems like we've got a little bit of laggy EA servers currently, so bear with me. Apologies, I can't really do much about it. All these videos are actually live. I don't edit too much. I edit the stuff I need. Well, Robin would have been fantastic if we rocked the position. A lot of like centre-backs and stuff, and nobody really... Oh, De Guzman. De Guzman's a nice player, but he's not really defensive, is he? He's more of an attacking, as you can see. He is actually a cam on his card. That's a shame. There's no actual one we can use to link into Strootman. Obviously, that would have linked Strootman in, and that would have been quite nice. But, like I said before, I don't feel as if we want to be rocking De Guzman in centre or in CDM for damn sure. He looks like a really good card, though. He genuinely does. His passing's not too bad. We could potentially rock him in centre mid and use a slightly different formation in 4-3-1-2. Potentially. And then rock your boy, De Guzman, in here. Let's try that a second, just so we can have a look at what De Guzman's rocking. So if we did that, like I said there, he would link with him. But in this case, he doesn't actually link with that centre-back there. So what we could also do is look for a... Is there a Swiss centre mid in the Calcio A? Let's double check. Why not? Very laggy today. Oh, Lichtsteiner. Oh, Brahimi. Or this guy right here. See, Brahimi is a CDM, which is not really... Well, he's not bad for this team. So essentially, it's between Brahimi or De Guzman. Let's put them both in the team a second and compare them for the centre mid roles. You can see De Guzman's obviously better at the attacking side of the game because that's what he technically is, whereas Brahimi is better at, or definitely better at the defensive side of his game, but lacks a bit in the like attacking options, as you can see. They're both pretty good at different things. Well, since we've got Kevin Strootman, who is very good on the defensive-minded game, we're going to put in De Guzman because it offers us a little bit more going forward. What De Guzman does need now is some chemistry. So we need a Dutch Premier League cam is what we need. Absolutely. So who's a Dutch Premier League cam these days? Who have we got? Is there any? Afellay. Affelay's not terrible. But is he even... He's not great at the same time. What other Dutch players are there in the Premier League? Van Dijk. Oh, Klaassen. Klaassen actually isn't too bad an option. Oh, Wijnaldum as well isn't a bad shout. Wishy boy. Davy Proper down the bottom there. So it's basically, I'm going to say it's probably between Klaassen and Wijnaldum at this stage. Afellay isn't terrible. Wijnaldum is standing out a little bit more to me for the dribbling side of things. I like a guy who can dribble. Take out. Oh, Leroy Fer is actually another option. Little Leroy. He's got 85 shot power. Leroy Fer is one of them really good meta cards, if you know what that means, where he just plays a lot better than he really should. So that's the option we got now. We've either got a Klaassen, a Wijnaldum, an Afellay, or a Leroy Jenkins. I think I'll go Wijy for this one. I'll give Wijnaldum a shout, and we'll try him up front with his high work rates. And then up front with Gabriel Jesus, we're going to go ahead and put in another Manchester City striker or a Brazilian. Is there a Brazilian Premier League striker apart from Jesus? Let's just see. I can't think of one. Striker we want. David Luiz's striker wouldn't be terrible. Oh, Bobby Firmino. Unbelievable things. Bobby Firmino actually works pretty well from being from, but we don't need him to be a Liverpool player as such. So it's between Bobby Firmino or any Manchester City player. I think I do have a loan Aguero, so he does, you know, that Aguero, not the informed one. So would it be nice to just use him for his last couple of games? Probably a good shout. I've used him for 4 games, 4 goals. I used him pretty early on. He was a guy I got on the web app when you could pick a loan player. I picked him. So we'll go ahead and use Aguero for damn sure. Now, let's see where we're going over in the Kevin Strootman side. So we need a Calcio A right midfielder. If there's an Argentine one, then we're laughing our tits off because the teams link together quite nicely. Doesn't look like there's going to be. No. Is there any Calcio A Argentine players at all we can link into this team? Why? Oh, any of them would have been fantastic, but all of them are very central-minded players, which is obviously a shame to us. No one at all as a wide player. Oh, he would have been nice, actually. Oh, no, DePaul. DePaul. Recognise that name. I think he used to play in the Spanish league for sure. Yeah, so we're just going to go for a standard one then, because technically we don't need to get the chemistry to, what's he called, Aguero, because he's getting all the chemistry he needs. Benedici isn't a bad card. We've got, Candravas took a bit of a hit, hasn't he? I'm thinking about this formation. I don't want Barini, but I'm just looking at the formation. I'm thinking, do we need like more a defensive-minded player? Because we've got Zubar, who is like a bit of a left wing-back gone left mid, as we saw. Or could we get away with maybe more advanced player? Maybe go for a Callion, or you know, like a Felipe Anderson or a Berardi. Or are we going to be a little bit buggered with the fact he's a 30 defending kind of player? So for that point, I'm going to go for a right mid. And Cuadrado came up, but we used him recently. He's not what I want. I might give him a go. Perez. You see where I'm going? Basically, he's very defensive-minded. He also is pretty much... It's almost like rocking 5-back if you do something like this. But we're going to do it. Do I have him in the club? Don't think so. But he also links with Kevin Strootman, so that gets Strootman the chemistry he needs. He only needed... Actually, we can get away with another Bundesliga player here now because of it. Okay, so we're going to go for another Bundesliga centre-back, and we're going to go for a big boy. So we go Bundesliga. We want it on centre-back. We need to think about this, though. See, here's where it's interesting, because I could go with any Brazilian centre-back here, technically. But then it kind of complicates things if I do that, if you know what I'm saying. So let's go for the Bundesliga centre-back here. So we could go for, if we went for a German one, that would be good for the left-sided centre-back, but we don't need to go for a German one because he's getting chemistry no matter what we do. It needs to just link with our centre midfielder. Suli was good when we used him. Tar looks like a really good card. I might see if I can use Tar. I've got him as well, so that's pretty handy. He looks very, very nice. 91 strength and 6'4". Got a very big defense so far. This guy's also 6'4". So over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got what we could do, which could be quite interesting. If we just go with another Bundesliga goalkeeper, Berkey would work. No, he wouldn't. We need a German goalkeeper, really, or one of the ones from the teams we had. So we'll go for a massive beard in Timo Horn. We'll go ahead and use him. And then over here, we could get away with using a Calcio A Brazilian centre-back in the shape of... Jesus. Because he gets ultimate chemistry with that guy right there. So that team would work. Whether or not I want to change it a tad, because we are rocking a lot of players. Like, I think you guys know about this series by now. I don't always go and use the best of the best. I like to try players you may not try yourself. It's almost like a little bit of a review gone series. So like a player like Zubar, of course, you might have never used in your life. He could turn out to be a very, very good, handy left mid. You never know. He could be terrible, which is what I'm kind of thinking he's going to not be great. But it'd be nice to give him a go. Something like the Guzman in centre mid, why not give him a try? You know, your Perez and your Marquinhos, sorry, Jesus, not Marquinhos, don't normally get used. He's actually 6'1" and got good strength. That's a really good defensive line. I'm a bit worried at the fact that I have never used the 3-back formation in this FIFA. Whether or not I'm going to be left completely done or have the chance to score some goals on the counter-attack, I'm not really too sure exactly. Look at that little guy in the bottom corner, one of my bronze benches. He's like literally just peeking over and you see a bit of his mustache on the top. Freaking leave a comment if you see it down in the comment section below. 48 rated goalkeeper. Here he is. Show yourself. Ding! 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 Okay, back to the video. That's the team I'm going to stick with. Let me know in the comment section below what you would have changed. Probably quite a lot. I'd like to see your feedback down below. You guys, you come up with some very good hybrids yourself. Go over on FootWiz, FootBin, Foothead, whatever it's called these days, and just go make yourself the team around the 3 players and see how well you can do. Remember, when you're in front of the camera, I get a lot of people in the comment section below always saying like, oh, you missed a player. It's quite difficult live to get everything perfect, if that makes sense. Like, there may be a player you're just literally shouting at the screen right now like, why have you not picked him? It just didn't pop in the old brain, unfortunately. But that's the team I'm going to go for. Pretty low rated, apart from Aguero stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't he? A couple of 84s, a few 82s, etc, etc. I'm going to go buy them now and I'll be right back in 2. So okay, so we're back and here is the finished team. Everyone looking pretty good in position. We didn't have to convert Wizzy or De Guzman into their position. They still get 10 chemistry through the manager and 9 chemistry because he hasn't played all the games. But I'm thinking maybe in game, if the going gets tough, we could switch them to around because De Guzman looks more of an attacking option, whereas Wijnaldum could be the more central-minded midfielder. But we'll have a look how the game pans out. I'm looking forward and a bit nervous at the same time, as I said before, to rocking this formation. Not one I would go out my way to use, but it fitted the players I wanted. Like I said, I feel as if Zubar will play better as a left mid rather than a left winger. But with said to be seen, he could rock amazing up front or up in the attacking positions. You know, he's got some good shot power. Long shots are pretty good, so I might be whacking some smackers with him. Or footsie. He's right foot. I need to remember that. What's he? He's right foot. Okay, so we've got a lot of right footers in here. Struti's left footed, I believe. I think, is Wijnaldum right footed? Yeah, Wijnaldum's right foot. Just want to know that because a weak foot in this game seems really massive compared to last year. If they've got a weak foot, like he's only got a 3-star, I won't be hitting many shots with his left foot personally. But that is the team. Let's go find ourselves an opponent, and I'll be back in 2 seconds when we do. Okay, so we found ourselves our opponent, and he has got... Oh, shit the bed. He has got a Premier League pace team, is for damn sure. Vardy and Musa up front. Not looking forward to that. Sterling and Nkudu, I think he's called, left mid. Barkley and Cam's a good option, actually. I've not used Barkley this year. It could be a good one. Defensive line, not the worst, not the best. Hopefully, we have enough in the locker to smash this team. Let's motherfucking game out. Wizzy looking for the turn. Falls to De Guzman. Back into Wizzy. Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum! Big save. De Guzman! Oh, another big save from Jackie Butland. That's a great double save from the big man. We've got ourselves a corner disease. Jesus has taken it. Who's in the middle? Well, our defender just brought it down instead of really took it on, and Vardy now has a chance to run. And this is where we're in the shithouse. Musa as well got a chance to go. We have to win the ball. We don't. And the ball is out wide. And this is trouble. This is Nkodu. He's done me. And Nkodu over the bar. That's a chance. Ooh, this game looks like it could definitely be one of them games where you just literally attack versus attack. Comes away with a cherry nipper. And off he goes. Sterling into Barkley. Streetman gets a leg on it, but not enough. Because Barkley comes away with it. The ball is dry. Jordan Tarr gets it half clear. De Guzman. This is one of them games for damn sure. Here's Jesus. Into Aguero. Aguero's making a little run. Jesus is gone through the middle. Oh, what a ball. Jesus. Finish it. There we go. Gabriel Jesus with a great tidy finish against Jack Butland. We're going at it, guys. You guys know by now it's my celebration. That's a default celebration for me. It's a little twirl of the analog. And there you are. But we get the goal for 1-0. I don't know if that's deserved or not. This guy's had a few chances himself. His Jack Butland has made 1 or 2 really good saves so far. But we take the lead. And of course, it is Mr. OP. Oh, Perez has been fantastic. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I chose a more defensive-minded player to rock that right mid role. Because I think we would have definitely... Oh, here we go. Wizzy. He's going to feed Jesus. Jesus again in the box. Jesus, 2-0. Just like that. Gabriel Jesus. We're going at it again, guys. Apologies. I don't mean to do it too often, but sometimes you just have to. And he's rage quit. That's what Jesus does. Oh, okay, that guy. So as you can see, that is how the game ended. Unfortunately, I would go into another game normally, but I'm not going to lie to you. It is late in the early AM, and I am so tired. I don't know if you can tell. My eyes are just gone. And I don't think I would manage to be able to perform at a good ability, to be honest, to play a second game. But you guys can probably make out the team was a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to speak to you a little bit about what I think about the free... It wasn't a 3-5-2 yet, it was a 3-4-1-2 with the centre mid rather than the CDMs. Now, the way I went around it was my right and left midfielder were good defensive-minded players. Obviously, Zubar, the left midfielder we got, was a guy he gave to us. So so we couldn't exactly change him. But the way I went and chose Perez over the likes of maybe a Quadrado, or more a pacier attacking player, definitely worked in my favour, because then Kodu down the left-hand side was bossing it for the first couple of minutes. Obviously, we only lasted 30 minutes in game, but after I realised that pressure, I decided to shift Perez out a little bit more wide, and he did the job. And we ended up scoring 2 pretty good goals. Gabriel Jesus, definitely an OP striker. If you have the coins, if you've packed him, or anything, and haven't used him yet, give him a try in a 2-man strike force. He plays very well. I've not tried him yet in a single-man strike force, but I can imagine he'll do the same kind of job. If you've enjoyed this video, a like would be absolutely fantastic. If you're new around here, don't be afraid to subscribe. I'll catch you next time, and bye-bye. Boo! Titties! That's them Gabriel Jesus tits. They're larger than life.